Welcome to reading here, welcome back if you're not. My name is Kenzie, this is my book channel, and today we are doing a little August and September reading wrap up. I haven't done one of these in a while. I decided that doing them every single month was not needed, especially during the months where I only read like one or two books. So I figured like every other month, every like 6 months, somewhere in there was a like good amount. So I think I read a like healthy mixture of physical books versus non-physical. Hold on, let me count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 physical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-physical. Okay. So never mind, it's not as evenly distributed as I thought it was going to be. But anyway, so I have my physical books in front of me. And yeah, we're just going to talk about it. A lot of these, actually, I think there's only like 2 or 3 books on here that I did not read in a video. So first we're going to start with Nightbane. This is the second book in the Lightlark series. Look, I bedazzled it and made it pretty. I wanted it to match my Lightlark one, which the Lightlark one I bedazzled with like actual bedazzling gems. These were just left over from a diamond painting I was working on. But I wanted them to match. I wanted them to both do the like one color fading into another color. So, and then if I ever get Sky Shade, I'll probably do the same thing. Same with Crown Tide. Anyway. Okay, that's not one to go in. But anyway, Nightbane is the second book in the Lightlark series. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. I liked this a little better than I did Lightlark, even though I think Lightlark and Nightbane are around the same rating. I don't remember what I gave Lightlark, but I really loved this book. I love getting to know Isla a lot more. I love their romance. I do agree with people who say that there was a lot happening in this book though, but I would say in Sky Shade, which is the third book in the series, which is the next book I read, and I only gave that a 3.75 star, I would say there's a lot more going on in that book, and I just could not keep up. Like, I'd be paying attention, and then I'd like blink, and we're on to a whole nother storyline, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? Oh, and Lynx, so funny. I love Lynx. That wasn't this one, right? Watch me be completely wrong, and it wasn't even in this one. It was in the other one. Either way, I love Lynx. He's so funny and sassy. But yeah, those were the first 2 in that. And this was like right after finally getting out of a reading slump, because when I had pneumonia, I was in the worst reading slump. I couldn't read anything. Partially because I was sick and my eyes were like, what's happening? So yeah. Next was the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This one, originally when I read it, I think I gave it like a 2-star, and then when I reread it, I absolutely loved it. It's still not my favorite. I still think it's misadvertised because everyone is always like, oh, it's like cute, cozy Gilmore Girls vibes, but it's like really spicy. And I do think the like romance came from out of nowhere. Like, it was definitely very lust heavy and not so much love heavy, you know. And like, I love yearning. I love, you know, let's take our time, let's learn if we love each other or not, you know. Like, that's what I love in romance books. So all right, next, I love how I say that, and then the next book is literally Caught Up. Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. Right? Nevessa? Pretty sure that's her name. Anyway. Oh my gosh, I didn't even say who the other books were by. Okay, so Nightbane. Okay, well, the Lightlark series is by Alex Astor. And then the Pumpkin Spice Cafe is by Lori Gilmore, I believe. Okay, and then Caught Up is by Nevessa Allen, which she recently, like, announced what the third book, Game On, is going to look like, and it's green. The first one was blue, the second one is red, the third one's going to be green, and the amount of people who are like, oh my gosh, it's like the Powerpuff Girls, and I'm like, I can't unsee it now. I cannot unsee it now, and I think that's hilarious. Anyway, so this one I actually gave 4 stars, and I think honestly the reason why I like this series is because I'm listening to them rather than reading them, and the voice actors just make them so much funnier. Like in the first one, the voice actor for that is like, my girlfriend. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm like literally giggling at the voice actors. And I think that's why I love these series so much. This series so much is just because the voice actors, like they make it 100 times funnier. All right, next is Ruby Red. I don't remember who this is by. It's like Kira something. This one, I was very confused. Like at first I'm like, okay, there's a ghost, there's time travel, got it. And then as it just kept going, I'm like, what is happening? Like I could not get into it. I made it 50% of the way through. And if you know me, you know that like 50%, if I make it to 50%, I count it towards my reading. Because I did still go through it. But yeah, I just did not understand a thing that was going on. I was like, okay, there's ghosts, but there's also time travel. But okay, now this teacher that everyone thinks is hot is hanging out with this student, but not in an inappropriate, that was a tongue twister, way, but he's helping her navigate through this time travel thing. Like what is happening? What is happening? So that one I only gave 3 stars because I genuinely just, it's not something I got at all. Next. And you guys already know about this one because I did a whole reading vlog. I read the ACOTAR series. I understand why everyone loves this series. It is a 5-star series. I'm excited for ACOTAR 6, but I also want to read the Throne of Glass series and Crescent City before ACOTAR 6 comes out, but I don't remember when it's supposed to come out. So I'm going to have to look into that. But anyway, first we have the first one, A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I gave 4.5 stars. I really, really liked it. I think it's a great start to a series. And here's the thing about me is typically when it comes to series, especially bigger series, I'm the opposite of everyone else. Everyone else is like, I don't really like the first one. And everyone's like, no, you got to keep reading. You got to keep going. I have the opposite reaction of, oh, I love the first one. And then as I keep going, I kind of start to dislike the series. That did not happen with this. Okay, so I believe it was 4.5, 4.5, 4.75, 3 stars, but it's a novella, so 4.75. Because I genuinely think she's such a good writer. Like, I've heard this isn't even her best series. Throne of Glass is her better series, is what I've heard. So, obviously, if I love this, I'm probably gonna love Throne of Glass. But anyway, let me double check that I was correct on that. Yeah, I was. Okay, so these two, great for building up the world, great for building, not building, but like, great for introducing you to the different characters in the series and just sort of like what's going on and everything. This one, Aqua War, 4.75, one of my favorites. These two were my favorites. But this one, great for like once you're in the middle of the story and you're trying to figure out like what comes next, what should happen next, and the ships. Not like relationship shipping, but like boats, the ships. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, that was so sweet to me. Like, that was so sweet. I've heard a lot of people cry at that scene. I did not, but I understand why I didn't versus why people do. And then the scene where I thought a main character was going bye-bye, that one I did tear up a little at, and then things were fine, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. For A Court of Frost and Starlight, this one, it is a really great palate cleanser. It is really good for when you want a break from all the seriousness and all of the fighting and planning. Like, it really truly is a Christmas special. Like, it's so cute and so just chill and sweet and easy. And then we move on to A Court of Silver Flames. And this one, so obviously the majority, oh wait, one thing I actually did not like about A Court of Frost and Starlight though is the multiple POVs. Like, dual POV, fine. Just one, great. Multiple, like 3 or more, no thank you. Not for me. Like, that's part of what I didn't like about the Shatter Me series towards the end was so many of the books, especially the novellas, were multi POV, and I'm like, can we not? Do we have to? But anyway, of course, Silver Flames, I was of course expecting it to follow the same two main characters as these ones do, but no, it followed different main characters, and I actually really loved that. I love that we got to know more about a certain character. We got a little bit of a deep dive into this person's brain and why this person acts the way they do. And I love when books or like movies or shows do that, and you're like, okay, I can sympathize with them. I can understand where they're coming from. So, yeah, that I'm so happy I read that series finally. I was so worried because like it was talked up so much. I was so worried I was gonna hate it. I love it. I love the series. Anyway, next, and I technically actually read this in between Akamov and Akawar because I did need a break. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is one of the first books I read since getting into reading. It's actually one of the first books I read here in this house. And I stayed up all night to finish it. And I think I originally gave it like a 4.5, 4.75, something like that. But I couldn't stop thinking about it, specifically the ending. And I remember when I was reading it, I was like, I kind of want to highlight and like underline and stuff. And if you know me, that is a clear sign that a book is 5 stars for me. But I didn't know that at the time for myself. Like, that is something I've just learned this year. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's so cute. And then I couldn't stop thinking about the ending. And then I was like, no, I gotta fix it to 5 stars. And then I reread it a couple weeks ago when I was reading Akatar, and it's still 5 stars. I understand why so many people are annoyed with the main character, though. Because the girl is oblivious. Like, girl, the Nile is a river in Egypt. You are in love with this man. But anyway, I still absolutely love it. I think it's a perfect, like, this is my type of romance. You know, there's, like, not really enemies to lovers, like, in, like, Akatar, or, like, fantasy. We'll say fantasy. But it's, like, cute. There's yearning. There's love. There's build-up. I like slow burns. I mean, not like slow burns where it's like, oh, okay, you're 5 books into the series and they haven't even held hands yet. But like this type of romance, this is perfect for me. So, okay, next was Hidden Pictures by Jason Reculek? Something. It's somewhere on here. Anyway, this one was... I wish I would have waited until October to read this because it's perfect for October. Technically, I actually listened to it though. It definitely had me on my toes the whole time, but I kind of not really figured out at least one aspect of the book pretty early on. The rest of the book, though, the rest of the ending, really, I never would have seen coming. Like, it was a lot. It was very well done. Like, it is very rare that I read a mystery thriller type book and I don't get who it is, at least by halfway. And so this book was very well done. It was very scary, though. Well, okay, I wouldn't say scary. Like, it was a little scary. It was definitely semi-horror based, but I don't know. It was still a good book. Honestly, 4 stars, like, pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out how to talk about it without giving anything away. I do think the very end, though, like the epilogue, basically, I didn't love it. I think there could have been something different to happen. But I didn't hate it. I just think it could have been a little bit differently done. But that's just my own critique, so. And the final book I read was Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I gave it 4.5 stars. This one I actually really, really loved. Okay, hold on. So, this is the second book in the Maple Hill series. It's an interconnected standalone series. So there's Icebreaker, the first one, then Wildfire, and then Daydream. This one is very spice heavy, very lustful, but like it's still cute, and I did really like it. I think I give it like 3.5 stars, so I didn't love it, and I don't know if I'd ever reread it. This one though, I really liked this one. This one was so good. The plot, the like depth that these characters had, and there was a moment of one of my least favorite tropes in this book, but the way the characters handled it, they handled it with such maturity, like maturity you would not expect from like college students, coming from a college student. And I genuinely thought it was so good how everything was handled and how they fixed things and their maturity level. And I loved it. And there was so much humor. I was laughing so hard at this book. So I would definitely say that if you're going to read any of the books in the series, this one is the best, even though I haven't read Daydream yet. But yeah, I would definitely suggest at least Wildfire, because oh my gosh, it's so cute. So yeah, that is it. That's all the books I have read since the last time I did one of these videos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you I almost did my outro for my other channel. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you next week.